Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Wednesday, the 18th of October 2023. If you didn't know the title of this video and clicked on it, Gary Rowett is no longer Millwall's manager. Gary Rowett has departed as Millwall manager. He's left the building. He is not involved with Millwall anymore. And this broke late in the evening. I think around maybe 8 o'clock. So, oh yeah. Do you want to buy a coat? 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 No, I do not want to buy a coat. 7 hours ago. So when was that? Yeah, about 8 o'clock. Yeah, club statement, Gary Rowett. Millwall Football Club can confirm it has mutually agreed to part company with first team manager Gary Rowett. The 49-year-old has been in charge of the Lions for 4 years, well, nearly 4 years. He's 3 days away from 4 years, after taking over as boss in October 2019. During that time, Rowett has elevated Mill's standing within the Championship and led the club to top half finishes in each campaign, regularly challenging for a place in the playoffs along the way. And this is... We greatly appreciate Gary's efforts throughout his time in charge, and he departs with the best wishes of everybody connected with the club, Lions chairman James Barrett said. While my time working directly with Gary has been short, I have thoroughly enjoyed all our interactions and feel that he leaves us having enhanced the club's on-pitch status during 4 successful years in charge. Rowett added, "Firstly, I would like to thank the fans for all their support during my time at the club. The atmosphere they've created is truly unique. I've thoroughly enjoyed being the manager of Millwall and depart with a feeling that the club has progressed during my tenure. As is sometimes is the case in football, the time just feels right to part ways. I would like to thank John Berylson, James Berylson, Steve Kavanagh, Alex Aldridge, my backroom staff and everyone behind the scenes for their hard work and support. And finally, I'd like to extend my gratitude to the players who I thank for the blood, sweat and tears that they put into their efforts. It's been a successful and enjoyable 4 years." A comprehensive recruitment process is already underway as the club look to build upon the success Rowett has overseen. While that is ongoing, current assistant manager Adam Barrett will take caretaker charge of the senior squad and be assisted by first team coach Paul Robinson. Not that one, the other one. In Adam and Paul, we have 2 excellent coaches who I know fans will really get behind during their time in caretaker charge, Berylson added. They have my full support as we take the necessary time to secure the appointment, which is in the best interests of the football club. Well. What happened? What happened and what happened? Who did what? They say mutually, so what does that mean? What does that mean? Does it matter? Gary Rowett's gone. Obviously pressure building up on him. Fans not happy with the way things are, and a lot of fans kind of reacting unhappy to this. They think this might be a Kirbishley a la Charlton situation, where Charlton were finishing in the top 10 in the Premier League and the Charlton fans were unhappy with that and got him the sack, and they've been down in the gutter ever since. There's been a downward spiral from those times, and a lot of fans thinking, well, Gary Rowett has single-handedly, one-handedly been keeping us at the top of the Championship, and if he goes, that's it. Oh, it's over, it's done. What are we gonna do? What we're gonna do is we're gonna get another manager, and they're gonna take over this squad, which is pretty good. It's the best squad Rowett's had to date when fit, and they're gonna do just as good a job, or hopefully even better. There has been some weird things happening at the club. under Rowett, notably this season, with Sowell being dropped in favour of Alan Campbell, who doesn't look to be playing that well. Danny Mack being dropped. Just some weird stuff going on. Weird stuff going on last season, or this season as well, if we go back to George Long. So George Long comes in, getting stick from the fans. Don't know what Rowett said to him. He said, "Oh, you're the number one, don't worry." And then Rowett goes out and buys a new goalkeeper for a lot of money. And George Long's like, "Well, fuck this. What the fuck's this about?" And he wants to leave straight away. He wants out. And he gets the first opportunity he does, which is to go to Norwich and be their number 2, even though he said he wanted to leave for first team football. So he obviously wanted to leave because Gary Rowett bought a new goalkeeper. Seemingly, that's what's going on. So there are things, if you scratch beneath the surface and look, well, what happened there and why did that happen? So what's going on there? Obviously some weird timing as well, being that this is at the end of the international break. Now, does that come into it? Does that go the other way then? That's Rowett leaving, because I think he's been away from Millwall this week. Because why would you be at Millwall? He doesn't really need to be at the club. It's international breaks. We've got like, what is it, 7 or 8 players on international duty. We've got about six or 7 players injured. So how many players are left to do training, and what are they going to do? They can't obviously just doing fitness work. So I'm sure Gary Rowett doesn't need to be there for that. Maybe I stand corrected that he was there at training this for the past 2 weeks, or week or so. But I doubt it. I think he went back, and it's like, when you know you've got to go back to work the next day, which Wednesday was the first day I think back at work because the international break was over. Was it a case of I don't want to go back to work? I'm like, I've enjoyed my week off, and you know what, I really don't want to fucking go back to work. So, especially in the situation that he's been in, don't know. So what happened? Did he walk? Did they push him? Why was the statement put out so late in the day? What was that about? But normally when they say mutually, they don't have a quote from the manager as well. When you read these stories, they say, "Oh, we've mutually agreed to part ways," blah blah blah, and then they say, then they heap praise on the manager, but the manager doesn't get to have a quote in the story where they say they're mutually parted ways. But that is in here. So I don't know what's going on. But a lot of the Mill fans out there, doom mongers, think, "Oh, this is it now." The nasty fans have chased away the best manager we've had in years. It's all doom and gloom now. We're gonna get relegated. Yeah, nah. We're not. Or not this year. Might get relegated next year from the Premier League. Fingers crossed. If you think about, we should have been in the playoffs last season. What the hell did Barrett say or do at half time in that Blackburn game? That game was an absolute disgrace. Not only that, but at the club, behind the scenes, the club's doing stuff. They're putting in all the match day stuff, the different bars here, there, and there, because they know that the nearest pubs have all closed down. The season ticket holdings has gone up. It's a record that it's ever been at the New Den this year. They're selling memberships around the world. There's a massive amount of tourists that want to come to the Den. You go, they're there every week. Hundreds of them, and they're buying memberships. They're buying shirts as well. So the fans are responding, but what are they responding to? Because it's not like we were like under when it was like Mark McGee or Dennis Wise, and we were like, oh, we were like like, this is something exciting. Yeah, let's go and see this. What are they? I don't understand. Why? Maybe it's just the marketing that the club do. As you saw with the coat thing, they just bombarding you with adverts, where you just people are like, "Oh, advert! Buy a thing in advert. Buy a ticket for Millwall. Oh." Maybe they're literally that. That's all it is. But record number of season tickets. The fans are turning up for the big games, and they're getting served shit. They're getting served shit. Not shit performances, shit results, and it will be interesting to see. So they obviously like rumors, like what's going on, what happened. Like he's lost the dressing room. Like Fleming's a different player. See, George Saville's been dropped. He's been sent to the naughty chair. So what's gone on now then? Why do we have so many players injured? So it will be interesting to see. Preston game Saturday morning. What are we going to see from Fleming? Is he going to, if he switches it on and he's on fucking fire, then hello, put 2 and 2 together and say, there's something going on there behind the scenes. If the other players start playing better than they've ever played in the last 6 months, so what's happening there then? Something going on behind the scenes. Because all of a sudden, I know the game's on Sky and a lot of players do pick themselves up for the games on Sky. But all of a sudden, now that the manager's gone, they'll turn it on. Well, we'll see. We'll see if they do. Obviously, it's, like I said, it's on Sky, so that might influence the situation anyway. And we'll see what happens. But if the players are happy that he's gone, you would think that they would respond quite positively to this news. And if that's the case, then when the new manager comes in, I'm sure they're going to be happy about that. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure there's going to be a lot to go over in the coming days. Obviously, it's Thursday tomorrow, so we can put out a video of that, and then Friday we'll have to talk about the Preston game, and then we'll see. So not only is this a bad timing in terms of it's at the end of the international break, but we now have 3 games in a week. So do the club have someone lined up ready to go? And who will that be? Can they get them in quickly enough? Do we need them to come in quickly enough? Do we want to wait till we get the right person? I don't know. Is this in a response to the John Eustace sacking? Now that he's available, like, this is an opportunity to get a good manager in. We've got this manager here. All he does is moan and complain about being down south. The fans don't like him. The performance is a bit hit and miss. Like, is it time to give him the old elbow and move on and get when you got a guy who's available, bring him in, because otherwise then you don't have to pay any compensation. You can get a decent manager, because that was just bizarre that he was 6th in the table. We'll talk more about this tomorrow. We'll go through all the possible people that could be coming in, unless Millwall pull an absolute worldly. But they've said Adam Barrett's going to be in charge for the Preston game. I suppose they could appoint a manager tomorrow, and then Adam Barrett will still be in charge for the Preston game, because sometimes they do that, where the manager will, even though he's been appointed, will just sit in the stand and watch the game. That would be an absolute. That would be a crazy one. Maybe that's why the statement come out so late in the night. Maybe they were talking to the manager, whoever it is that they're bringing in, and they struck a deal with him, and it was go, go, go. But they've had to, okay, Gary, now's time. So I think it's time for you to leave now, because we've got your replacement lined up. Maybe that's why it was pushed out at 8 o'clock. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? But here we go. Here we go. Now let's just have a look and see. This is from millwallhistory.org.uk. Gary Rowett is the 45th Millwall manager. He has been in the job for 3 years, 11 months and 27 days. So the 23rd of October, not 2019. So he was just 3 days away from being 4 years. He's had 195 games. He's won 75, which is 38.46%. He's drawn 57, which is 29.23%. And he's lost 63, which is 32.31%. 226 goals scored and 214 conceded, which is a goal difference of plus 12. And in terms of long-serving managers, when you compare him to Harris now, here's a thing that people have been saying, and it's quite right too. Well, managers like Harris, Kenny Jackett, who else we got there? They had a lot of their games in League One, so you can't really compare them with Gary Rowett, because Gary Rowett was at Division 2, the Championship. So if you want to compare him, you've probably got to go back to Dennis Wise, Mark McGee, but then Mark McGee had that league-winning season in Division 3. So then obviously his numbers are going to be good. So really you can only really compare him with Dennis Wise. And if you do, Dennis Wise had a year and 6 months, so it's half the time that Gary Rowett's had. And he's got a win rate of 40.45, 26.97 draws and 32.58 defeats, but only a goal difference of plus 7. So there you go, if you're going to do that. Now, just a cursory glance at the odds. This is from bettingodds.com/the sack race. Now, there's only one book, because this is like a compare the odds site. So that you would go down and it would say Bet Victor, Sky Bet, Ladbrokes, depending on who had the shortest odds for that selection. But it's all Bet Victor. I think it's Bet Victor, BV. I don't know, does it sound aside there? Can't see it there. Bet Zone, oh no, I can't see it. I think it's Bet Victor. See if I hover on it. Come on. Nah, I don't know. I think it's Bet Victor. So according to Bet Victor, after 7 hours, they've got Kevin Muscat 7-4. Mark Kennedy. So these both of the top two are former Millwall players. Mark Kennedy was sacked by Lincoln City today as well. I don't know if people are putting 2 and 2 together and thinking, well, if he left there, so that's why I'm thinking, why did the statement come out by Millwall so late? Did Mark Kennedy get sacked and they spoke to him? I doubt it. I doubt that's what's gone on. It's not really what we're looking for though. It's someone who's proven in the Championship. Now John Eustace 8-1. Thing is, would he come down here? He was at QPR as an assistant under Steve McLaren. Did he move down to London to do that job, or did he stay in the Midlands and commute? He's from Solihull. Now obviously he's gone back to the Midlands to manage. Interestingly, that was his first manager job in the league football. The first season he kept Birmingham City up after they had a really bad situation at the club, financial wise. And this season he's got them in 6, with I think on paper the worse squad, the Millwall squad. He's got them 6, and they fired him because the ownership are fucking nuts. Chinese, he's American owners now, I think. Yeah, just bizarre situation going on there. So yeah, Steve Cotterill asked at Shrewsbury Town 10-1. Michael Beale 10-1. So obviously these are all. So Kevin Muscat is in a job in Japan. He was in a job in Australia, moved to Japan, doing quite well there. If you want to see his team in action, you can go on to J League International YouTube channel. I think there's actually a live game in a couple of days. Of his team is Yokohama Marinos, or whatever they're called. They're second in the league at the moment, and they win a lot of games and score a lot of goals. They're the highest scorers in the J League, so only by 1 goal, mind, but technically correct. Now, what would you say? J League? What's that? Well, I don't know if you know this. Japan get to the World Cup pretty regularly, and they're pretty fucking good in it. So, they're not. It's not a rum-dum league. It's not like Thailand or fucking Singapore. It's a decent level. It is Japan J League. They've got players coming over here now, and they're doing really well. So, you would say it would be equivalent to the Championship. I would say it's at that level. I think the players from his team Yokohama to come to Millwall and play, they wouldn't be out of. They would fit right in. This is their level. So you can see a lot of these, apart from Kevin Muscat, Mark Kennedy's available. He's not in a job at the moment. John Eustace is not in a job at the moment. Steve Cockerell's not in a job. Michael Bill's not in a job. Neil Warnock. Now, is this what we need? Is this the proven track record? Well, now he's getting on a bit. He's getting jobs at the other end. He's like he's getting jobs at basket case clubs who are bringing him in to keep them up. Has he still got it to go the other way, where he can come in to a club like Millwall, who's got ambitions to get in that playoff places, and achieve that? Or is he just can he just do it in the relegation threatened clubs now? I don't know. Will he come to Millwall? Again, I don't know. Lee Bowyer, again, out of a job. Nathan Jones out of a job. So all these players are out of a job. Adam Barrett there, 20-1. So all of these people are still out of a job, except for Derek McInnes. He's at Kilmarnock, 20-1. Steve Morrison at Hornchurch, 25-1. Don't have a picture of him, which is weird. But yeah, Damien Duff, Graham Potter. I doubt Graham Potter will come to us. His reputation massively damaged by his move to Chelsea. I think he needs to go somewhere to repair that. Now, Mick McCarthy, Kevin Phillips, Scott Brown, Alex Ray. So you can see some of the names here. See, we'll go through them all soon. In tomorrow's video, I'll probably go through them. But yeah, this is just one betting company. This is their book. I think they've just pulled it out of thin air. Now, it would be interesting to see if Mill have someone in mind, and they are working on it. You'll see these odds just tumble, because this is basically based on people in the know. When this first came up, Kevin Muscat was 4-1. He's now 7-4, so he's getting shorter. What is that based on? Don't know. But interesting stuff there. Obviously, we have to wait, because this statement come out so late at night. We have to wait for the morning. People waking up, people doing things, for things to happen. What's going to happen tomorrow? So, interesting stuff ahead. Moving on to this, that was put up by the club website millfc.co.uk. Today, Nisbet and Trueman attend MCT Player Performance Pathway session. Kevin Nisbet and Connal Trueman attended Mill Community Trust's Player Performance Pathway session at St Paul's Sports Ground in Rotherhithe. This initiative, hosted by Millwall Community Trust, is part of a broader effort to nurture young footballing talent and promote positive community interactions. The visit took place during one of the programme's regular sessions, which are tailored to different age groups. The PPP is a platform that caters to building football enthusiasts in two distinct age groups. Children aged 7 to 11 have their sessions on Tuesdays, while those aged 12 to 16 participate on Fridays, both at the excellent St Paul's Sports Ground facility. These sessions run from 4:30 to 6 p.m, providing a conducive environment for skill development and team bonding. To kick off the special evening, Kevin Nisbet and Connal Trueman participated in an interactive Q&A session with the young participants. This segment allowed the children to ask about the footballers' careers and seek valuable advice on enhancing their own skills and an opportunity to connect to the stars of the sport with stars of the future. Connal Trueman, a talented goalkeeper, took charge of a personalised goalkeeping training session. He imparted crucial knowledge to the aspiring goalkeepers, focusing on improving their footwork when claiming crosses and their handling skills. Such personalised coaching is instrumental in nurturing young talent, giving them the tools to succeed. Meanwhile, Kevin Nisbet actively joined the sessions. Oh yeah, I thought he was injured. I thought you was injured, man. Observing as the children engaged in possession-based drills whilst improving their techniques and ball control, his involvement provided a real-life example of dedication and skill in action. The young talents showcased their progress in group sessions before transitioning into exciting matches where they continue to impress with their skills and teamwork. It's moments like these that make the experience invaluable for the participants, fostering their love for the beautiful game. The day concluded with a memorable gathering inside the St Paul's Sports Ground clubhouse, where Kevin Nisbet and Connal Trueman posed for photographs with the children and signed autographs. Such interactions not only inspire the young players but also build bridges between the stars and their fans, creating lasting memories. Tim Sells, Football and Sports Development Manager at Millwall Community Trust, summed up the event beautifully, stating, "What an unbelievable evening for the children at St Paul's Sports Ground. The impact these sort of sessions can have on children is massive. And thank you to Connal Trueman and Kevin Nisbet for coming down and inspiring the next generation." It is evident that initiatives like the PPP, supported by the likes of Kevin and Connal, make a significant difference in the lives of young football enthusiasts. These programmes serve as a testament to the power of community engagement in fostering talent, dreams and positive role models for future generations. For those interested in learning more about the PPP, you can visit their website here, which is millwall.cherryhive.dev/F Player Development Centre. So there you go. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.